Good morning, everybody. Nick McNaboe and
Michael Milano.
together we make M&M Bay Area. And today we've got the pleasure of talking to Elizabeth Stone from Stone Coaching. It's a life coaching program that you've graciously developed. And we just wanted to hear about how you started this fantastic practice, kind of talk about your business and kind of cool things that you have going on. Love to give you the floor. As a local business owner in Marin, you add flavor and a liveliness to our community. And we're so happy to have discovered you. And Elizabeth, thank you for joining us today.
Cool. Thanks for having me, guys. I was so looking forward to this. So thanks for giving me the opportunity. And I love getting to know you guys and your business.
Hey, describe your business.
Okay, so the way I like to describe what I do is I help individuals figure out what's important to them and what they want, and then make those things real and actionable to them. So I started my business. I was an economics major, worked in consulting, worked at a startup, and was just kind of a hamster on a wheel. And I would go through these periods where I was like, I'm not happy. I don't want to, sit behind a computer all day crunching numbers, but I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I should do. So this happened a few times. And then eventually I reached a breaking point where I was like, enough is enough. And I met with a coach and went through her program and realized at the end of working with her that I wanted to do exactly what she was doing, which is kind of helping people take a pause and really evaluate what they want and what they're good at, and just start making small tweaks or big leaps to kind of get to that point. So yeah, I love it. It doesn't feel like work at all. I love my clients. I love what I do.
And so how long have you been doing that now?
So I started my business in 2017. So it's been 4 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's just grown by word of mouth. How's your business evolved to where you're at today?
It's mostly through word of mouth. I have a website. I built it myself and then, eventually hired someone else to do it. But I would say the majority of my clients are through word of mouth. I have a few clients that find me via my website every year, though.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you're a transplant from the East Coast?
I am. I am from Massachusetts, and I went to Middlebury College in Vermont, which is a small liberal arts school. And then I moved to Chicago when I graduated and worked at a startup, then worked in economic consulting. And then I have family in Marin, and moved out here a year ago. And I've always wanted to be out here. And the pandemic was a huge wake up call that life is precious and it could go away at any moment. So why not just live the life that you want, which is what I tell my clients to do.
That's what you're coaching people to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And your business is unique because it sounds like you're probably able to do it from just about anywhere, right?
Yes. And I will say, unlike a lot of the local businesses that were hugely affected by the pandemic, I think the awareness around mental health was so kind of escalated, and there was an emphasis around it with the pandemic. So I was fortunate in that it wasn't hugely affected by it. And with, platforms like Zoom, you're able to do it remotely.
Yeah, we noticed that in a lot of different fields that we're directly or indirectly involved with, like the housing market, as you know, has just gone crazy. A lot of people the pandemic gave them a platform for people to focus on things that they were too busy to think about before.
Totally.
And I think mental health, probably one of those things. You're just, like you said, hamster on a wheel and not really knowing that you are until all of a sudden you have a chance to kind of step outside of that and evaluate, wow, this is crazy how I've been, running all around, never really taking time for myself.
Right. And for what? Like what is it all for in the end?
Yeah.
I mean, what I get out of it is, I mean, you mentioned identifying what people want, and being, in your house, with kind of a whole life altering shift of your community, really highlighted like a really difficult question. And it sounds easy, and I'm fascinated by, like, what is it like to see somebody in front of you identify what they want for the first time?
It gives me chills to think about it. Because honestly, every time I ask that question, I would say 95% of the time people say, I don't know. I don't know what I want. So I love providing the space and the curiosity and the guidance to just explore what it is that people want, because it's all different. I think we all want the same basic things, which are to be loved and to be validated and to feel like we're, living a meaningful life and we're providing value. But that shows up in so many different ways for so many different people. So it's really figuring out what that looks like for the individual, which is specific to each person.
Right. Sometimes it starts with what don't you want?
Totally.
That's how we work with real estate. A lot of times we walk into a house and it's so much easier to be like, okay, don't tell me what you like, just tell me what you hate about this property.
Right.
And we'll back into it that way. If somebody wanted to identify like what they wanted or how to start a conversation with you, what's the best way to do that? I mean, you go to your website. Is email the best for you?
Yes. I love email's great. It's Elizabeth with a Z @stone.coach.
Perfect.
And if you just send me an email, I'll respond and we can set up a time to chat.
Awesome.
Now, Elizabeth, you're a published author.
I am, as of a few months ago.
Yeah, we did some research before this and we found that out. And we're like, we have to get her to tell us more about that.
Thank you. I appreciate your research. So my mentor actually had been working on this idea for a while, and she saw something I wrote and was like, you look like you're a decent writer. Can you help me finish this book that I've been thinking about and can't finish it? So it's for coaches and for anyone that really wants to work on themselves, and it basically provides insight into what a coaching journey would look like. So we've put together 12 sessions of what are common themes that come up in the coaching session. So you're able to do homework and then kind of work through the questions that you would work through with a coach. And it's great. So we're super excited about it.
I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, we're both on our way to it, and it's available. I mean, on Amazon, you can pick it up. Probably a link off your website. What's the easy way to get our hands on this thing?
It is available on Amazon, and I believe it's on my website. I need to double check, but Amazon is called The Handbook for Coaching Business Executives in Their Quest for Truth.
Love it.
Perfect. We'll put it in the link below, and make sure you guys have the ability to just get your hands on this. If finding out what you want is a question that is just sparked in your mind, you're like, I don't really know.
Or maybe you know someone that's just not listening to you. Send them to Elizabeth. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You're so welcome.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us and doing what you do for the community. Up to now, you've been a secret kept to the masses, but we're going to make it our mission to make sure that you're in the mainstream so we can help have anything to do with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, our pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Michael Milano, McNaboe, Elizabeth Stone. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.